I will be very grateful if you subscribe to our channel. I met Eric by accident, or at least that's what I told myself. We had crossed paths at a hotel lounge, both waiting for separate meetings that ran late. He was the type of man who exuded charm without even trying. Sharp suit, confident smile, a wedding ring that caught the dim lighting just right. I had no business entertaining him, but I did. The first time we were together, he left my body trembling and my mind spinning. He never promised me love, never whispered lies about leaving his wife, and I never asked him to. We had an unspoken agreement that gave me passion, and I let him escape from his life. It was a fair exchange. Or so I thought. Months passed, and I should have walked away. But the way he touched me, the way he looked at me, as if I was the only woman in the world, how do you quit something that makes you feel that alive? Then came Valentine's Day. When he called, I almost ignored it. But I didn't. I need to see you, he said, his voice rough, urgent. Tonight? I laughed bitterly. Shouldn't you be with your wife? Please, just meet me. Against all logic, I agreed. I told myself it was just another night, just another stolen moment. But it wasn't. When I arrived at the penthouse suite he had booked, his hands were on me before the door even closed. We devoured each other, bodies tangled in heated desperation. Every touch felt deeper that night, every kiss more intense, like we were both running from something unseen. After hours of pleasure, I lay next to him, tracing circles on his chest. He was unusually quiet, staring at the ceiling. "Do you ever feel guilty?" I asked. He exhaled sharply. "Of course." I wanted to press, to ask why he kept coming back if it made him feel so guilty. But instead, I let him pull me in for another round, burying my questions beneath moans and gasps. The next morning, my world shattered. I woke up to my phone buzzing. Half asleep, I glanced at the screen, a news alert. Local business mogul rushes to wife's side as she gives birth to their son. The name below it? Eric's. The room spun as the pieces clicked together. The night before, while he was inside me, his wife had been in labor. I felt sick. I rolled over, barely able to look at him. He was already awake, staring at the same article on his phone. "You knew," I whispered, my voice shaking. "I didn't," he said, but his face told me otherwise. I got out of bed so fast I nearly collapsed. My body still ached from the night before, but my mind screamed at me to leave. "I have to go." He reached for me. "Please, don't do this." I yanked my arm away. "You were with me while she was bringing your child into the world. Do you even realize how disgusting that is?" "I couldn't." He stopped himself, running a hand through his hair. "I didn't want to face it. I needed to be here." I shook my head. I had no words. No anger big enough to match what I felt. I grabbed my things and left without looking back. I never answered his calls again. Days later, I saw a picture of him on social media standing beside his wife, cradling their newborn, smiling for the cameras. A perfect family. And me? I became a ghost in his past, a mistake he'd never admit to making. But I knew the truth. And I would never forgive either of us for it.